2011 was a great year. We were winning everything. Berta and I took the Europeans, won several regattas, and heading into the World Championship, we were one of the top teams. 9 months before the London Olympics, everything was on track. But I wasn't satisfied with just being fast one way. I always think about it like climbing a mountain. If you only know one path and that path breaks, you're stuck. So I wanted to develop new skills, new techniques, different ways to handle the boat in different conditions. I needed to be comfortable no matter what the race threw at us. So we were training in Santander 1.5 months before the Worlds. I was working on a specific jibe in strong wind, and I kept failing again and again. We capsized, and I got so angry, so frustrated that I lost control. I punched the boat, and the moment my hand hit, I knew. I broke my finger. I just stood there, like, what the fuck have I done? That was a 21-year-old who couldn't control herself. Out of pure desperation, out of frustration with not being able to do something that I knew I needed to learn. Instead of understanding that failing is part of the process, that you just keep doing it again and again until it clicks, I snapped, and I paid for it. That night I didn't sleep, not because of the pain. Honestly, I wanted more pain. I felt like I deserved it, because this wasn't about me anymore. It was about what I had done to my team, to Berta, to my coach, to people who had been fighting alongside me, going through the same hard moments, the same sacrifices, and I had failed them, because I couldn't control myself for 1 second. The next day we had a meeting to assess the damage and make a plan. And I walked in with, ironically, my pants down, fully owning the mistake. And the technical director said one word that I will never forget. Inadmissible. Inadmissible. This cannot happen, ever. And he was right. It couldn't. So we made a plan. Surgery, a plate with bolts in my hand, physio every single day. The team flew to Australia as planned, the boat in a container. And I stayed in Santander, recovering, doing exercises, trying to find a cast that would let me close my hand around the rope. Because in sailing, you're holding and grinding ropes constantly. And that's exactly where I was broken. Was it painful? Incredibly. But honestly, I didn't care. If I could have had 1,000 times more pain, I wouldn't have cared. I just wanted to be at that starting line. I owed it to my team. That was the only thing in my mind. 5 days before the Worlds, I flew to Australia. I jumped on the boat and I could sail. Not perfectly, we had to adapt. Berta adjusted things on her side. There were parts of the course where we knew we wouldn't be strong, but the conditions suited our profile, and we won. We won the World Championship, first Olympic qualification for Spain. But I've always said, they won that title. My team won it. The massive effort they made to get me to that starting line was bigger than anything I did on the water. Berta, my coach, everyone around us, I just needed to deliver whatever I had in my pocket. And it worked. But it doesn't always work. And that's the part people don't understand. I've been watching Lindsey Vonn at Milano Cortina this winter, and I've seen the comments. People asking why she came back, why she put herself in that position. And honestly, it frustrates me. Because only an elite athlete understands why you go all in, knowing you might fail. I had that same story. Mine ended like a fairy tale. Hers didn't. But that doesn't make her story any less incredible. She was brave enough to show up. She understood the risk better than anyone. And she still took the starting line. The line between winning and crashing, it doesn't exist. I've said it before. you're always on that edge. Crashing, not crashing. Crashing, not crashing. You balance it out every single day. And when you decide to show up knowing you might fail, that's already winning. What frustrates me about the criticism is that most of it comes from people sitting in the stands. People who have never stood on a starting line, who have never felt what it's like to have everything on the edge and still choose to go. They watch like it's a show. They sit, they observe, they judge, and they miss everything. They miss what's actually happening inside that athlete's mind. And in sports, I think we lack people who have actually been there, who understand from the inside. Because when you've only ever watched from the sidelines, you have zero idea what's driving someone to put themselves in that position. Zero. So if you're going through something hard right now, be careful who you listen to. If they haven't been in your position, their opinion might not serve you. They might mean well, but they don't have the context. They don't know what it feels like. Listen to yourself. Be brave enough to fail and keep showing up, because the people who don't show up again, they've already lost. And the people who do, something changes in them. They see things differently. They gain awareness. They grow. And that growth, that transformation you go through when you push through the hardest moments, is worth more than any trophy, more than any title, more than any result. Knowing that you can fail and still showing up, that's the bravest thing a human being can do.